Welcome to the podcast, The Pilgrim and the Monk. A developing story of a pilgrim who is seeking the truth, and a monk who helps him find the way. Written by Timothy G.A. Cooper. Narrated and produced by Greg Cooper. Chapter 84. Needed Shepherds.
Monk, I know of a church who chose not to call a particular godly older man to shepherd their flock because they wanted someone younger with more energy and fresh ideas.
Moses was 80 years old when he led Israel. I wonder how much better off Israel would have been if they had chose someone younger to lead them.
I have a problem with the idea that the church should choose their shepherd. Sheep don't choose their shepherd. Isn't that a decision for our Lord to make?
How easy it is for our preferences and biases to interfere with the will of our Lord. The wisest of us all understood the blessing of age. He declared, "Gray hair is the crown of glory. It is gained by living a godly life."
I was thinking of Job's response to Zophar when he said, "Wisdom belongs to the aged, and understanding to the old." It's one thing to know what wisdom is. It's another thing entirely to have lived wisely.
The testimony of a godly life is powerful indeed. Perhaps we put too much pressure on the young by demanding a standard of godliness that takes years to develop.
I just don't understand the obsession with youth.
It is the influence of our world. We are taught that the young are so important to the future that we must sacrifice the older generations in the present.
It's the glorification of youth.
Is there any difference between that and the rejection of the mature, godly shepherd you mentioned?
I suppose not. The question remains, how should churches approach the selection of their shepherds?
Churches must realize that the choice is not in their power. It is God who chooses.
I understand that in theory, but how does that work in practice? I mean, what if our Lord's choice is not the one the church wants?
I believe that happens more than we think. Throughout the history of our faith, we see prophets and priests who are in conflict with the people. God is not interested in what churches want. He sends who they need.
That puts the shepherd in a difficult position.
I agree. That is why we need wise, godly, and mature shepherds.
What about the argument for youthful enthusiasm and fresh perspectives?
Why must they be mutually exclusive from godliness and maturity? The church requires all of these things.
I wish you could explain that to the church I know.
The Spirit of God is active among His people. Those who are sensitive to His leading will be led to this truth.
I hope you're right, Monk. From what I've seen, we need as many godly leaders as we can get.
Do not worry, Pilgrim. They are out there. We just need our churches to recognize them.
You've been listening to The Pilgrim and the Monk, written by Timothy G.A. Cooper, narrated and produced by Greg Cooper. We hope you enjoyed this production. Please join us again for the next episode.